Just win. Welcome to NBA Countdown. I'm Doris Burke, and tonight we are thrilled to have a special guest join us as we count you down to the Pelicans and Thunder. Remember him?
C-Mac, and I am the one.
How do you ruin it?
Oh, I'll take that one anytime. Out of the rafters. Throw it down, babe. Brady and showtime. Off the glass. Brady slams it. Whoa. Brady for the win. Yeah.
Tracy McGrady in the house joining us this evening. Welcome.
Thank you.
Team Mac.
I just want to say whoever put that video together, well done.
Alongside of Chauncey Billups and Jalen Rose. So a 7-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champion. You know your career high was 62, and I just wondered, did you do that to Jalen Rose?
Was I there?
Oh, no, don't tell me you got that one, too?
No, I didn't get that one. I got Kobe's and I got LeBron's. I missed his.
I think he got 52 3/4. So
Stop it right now.
Jalen did?
Stop it right now.
I think he was with the Bulls.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, really? I got a selective memory.
Guys, on a more serious note, obviously, the biggest news in the association today, the firing of Kevin McHale in his 5th year. Remember, we are 6 months removed from this guy winning 56 games, appearing in the Western Conference Finals. Of course, James Harden had an MVP-type level. General Manager Daryl Morey earlier today on The Change.
The team was not responding to Kevin McHale, and we had to make the tough call, and we have to make it soon. There is not time in the tough Western Conference to wait for a turnaround, and we think J.B. Bickerstaff is the best person to lead us out of where we're at.
So Daryl Morey mentioned the schedule tonight. They host the Portland Trail Blazers. And if you notice, guys, all of these opponents at 500 or below. So the schedule softens just a bit for interim head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. And Tracy, I would ask you, simply because you played there at a time when Daryl Morey was the general manager. You live in the city. You go to these games often. You've got to help me understand this, because at this early date, I simply don't understand it.
Well, I hate to question Daryl Morey. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job there in Houston. I think this is more about the players than the coach. How do you go from the Western Conference and come back and have this type of output 11 games into the season? That's not the coach. I think it's more of the players. You got to come in shape. Ty Lawson hasn't really worked out, so they're still working those kinks out. And James Harden is not having that MVP-type season that he had last year. Now, he will get to that, but it's taking some time. And also, Dwight Howard has been in and out of the lineup.
Correct. They
need him to be the anchor for their defense, and it's just not working.
Your first impressions of what's happened?
It's easy. It's simple. This is a player issue. The leadership in the locker room is what got Kevin McHale fired. It's easy.
The leadership or the lack thereof?
The lack thereof leadership is what got him fired. He don't have any different philosophies than he had last year.
Right.
They go to the Western Conference Finals. They come back this year, and you're thinking, if your leadership is strong, you're saying, we got to get home court advantage to be able to advance past Golden State this year. Your leaders should step up and say, we can't lose more than 2 games, guys. And when we do, 2 games in a row, excuse me. And when we do, let's huddle up. Let's talk about it. 4 and 7, and then you have a players-only locker room meeting. That's just poor leadership.
And how about this? They've been 4 and 7 to start a season 3 of the last 5 years. So it's not like this is anything new. And I agree with you guys. This is all on the players. In particular, your best players. Yeah. Your MVP candidate in James Harden, who on defense, we talked about T-Mac's career high. I wasn't there then, but James Harden probably was. He's a turnstile on defense. And you know what happens when your best player doesn't compete defensively? You can't hold the other guys accountable. Because now all of a sudden, they're like, you're not doing it, so what do you mean I need to help out on defense? And also, their other multi-time All-Star, Dwight Howard. This isn't his first go-around or his first team. Right. We saw him in Orlando. We saw him in Los Angeles. We see him in Houston. A great player like that has a trajectory to go to the Hall of Fame, he's had a multitude of coaches.
He's had 8, in fact.
Wow. I tell you what, Jalen, I wouldn't say great. I wouldn't say great with Dwight Howard. I really wouldn't, only because he doesn't get it done when it really, really counts. And if Dwight Howard and James Harden are your best leaders and your best two players, you're probably not going to win a championship.
Well, it's a great point, because the article in the Houston paper today talked about this is our championship window with Dwight Howard and James Harden. So I ask you this. Can they win a championship unless they add another piece? I
don't think so. The top teams in the league have multiple players that play at an all-star level. Look at the Golden State Warriors. They have so many players that can contribute when Steph Curry is not in the game. And I don't know if the Lil B curse is real. I saw him have 13 turnovers in the game. But I know the Kardashian curse is real. And I'm just saying, I'm not liking what I'm seeing coming out of Houston, and I'm with these guys. I'm putting it all on the players, in particular their two best players.
Jeff Van Gundy said to me earlier today, he said, this is a players' league until the losing starts, and then it becomes a coaches' league. We're going to talk about our man Luke Walton, who's doing a heck of a job. Here is the crux of the problem. They have been bad on the offensive end. James Harden's level is down, and this, frankly, on the defensive end, has been a major problem. You touched a little bit on Dwight Howard, guys. How much of this can be pinned on him, or how much of this is just a lack of effort?
Well, I have to look at Dwight and see that I don't think he's healthy, because I don't see the athleticism that he once displayed in this league. Ever since he had that back surgery, he's been on a decline, and he's not really shown that dominance of his defensive presence. So I have to say that I think he's a little bit banged up.
Speaking of that defense, though, last year, 6th in the league in defensive efficiency. It wasn't about just James Harden being an MVP candidate. 6th in the league. This year, 29th. Last year, they had 3 different guys at all 3 levels that are good defenders. Beverly, starting at the point guard. Trevor Reeves on the wing. And they would just put him down there to the big guy. Right. You know, send him to the big guy.
And in a players-only meeting, you know whose fault it is? The people that aren't in the meeting.
Right.
In this case, it was Kevin McHale, if you're not pointing fingers at the front office.
So from a team who's not doing well to one who's doing exceptionally well. Golden State Warriors, they were in a tight one last night. Steph Curry, we've seen that 3. He's on pace for 400. Nice little finish off the feed from Draymond Green. Oh, even in short shorts, he looks great. We'll do a deep dive into them later. And guys, as a freshman, how about this? Russell Westbrook was 5'8", 140 pounds, and had a size 14 shoe.
And only averaged 9 points in college.
Oh, he's standing tall now.
Did he even start in college?
That boy good.
He loves Mountain Dew also.